Well, here we are, beautiful, sexy, gorgeous people of planet Earth and all interdimensional entities and all sentient beings. Let's just cover the whole Megillah. Let's do the whole Megillah. I got cut off. You probably noticed. My beautiful friend rang and we got cut off. But I thanked her for her intuition and her mothering, which even she had to laugh. And for the protection of her angel, which watches over me, sometimes even more determinedly than my own. Am I right? So there you go. We're of the consensus that I need to dance even more. So if I'm not too astonishingly tired tonight, I may go dancing again, being Saturday night, but I'll see how I go. I'm reluctant to push myself too far or too hard because if I do so, then I'm physically debilitated and get ill, or alternatively have the emotional breakdowns as well. So this is hopefully will all come into balance and equanimity and stability when I begin trialing the CPAP machine and I get more energy, because I'll be more breathing during my sleep. Am I right? That's the plan anyway. So I'm excited. I'm really excited about the potentialities of getting even stronger and fitter and healthier and having a full and happy and vibrant life. I'm just on the cusp of it, and I am excited. So there you go. Life is beautiful, even for the Tanya, and there's great value in not giving up on oneself and holding one's own and continuously dancing through the dance of life, babies. So I continue on because we got cut off. I didn't get to move into my memories of even date. So that's okay. We've got two different videos. I might change the title on the one that's uploading from earlier, since it's not actually reading my stuff but talking about the post-apocalyptic events and the breathalyzer and the very sleazy attentive cop that was checking out my assets. So there you go. Life is weird and psychedelic dreamer's world, but it always has been and very likely always will be. And after years of decades of weirdness, Mama T is an expert in her field. Am I right? Recalibrating the weirdness of others and just enjoying life. I don't know why that's sitting like that. I want my wolf to sit a certain way. I'm being OCD about it. Here we go. He's got his rubber band now. Just be a good wolf and howl, baby. When in doubt, howl. Right. So today's readings of even date are titled, What the Fuck is the Point? Curious and Curiouser. Yeah, basically that holds true, does it not? When dealing with a life of weird, W-Y-R-D, just maintain the curiosity and, as I said in my video earlier, ride that wave to the penultimate, conclusion. So here I post, and I love this so much. I laughed so much when I saw it. I laughed and I laughed and I laughed and I almost fell off too. It's I think it's Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. Let me just point at the screen. Here's the top of his head. Here he is, a cartoon of Aragorn. And it says, if you can read this, the dwarf fell off. And We hobbitses know something about falling off our perches in the grand style, so you have to laugh, babies. Here I write, trigger warning, mention of medical procedures and post-surgical healing, also COVID epoch, mandates, lockdowns and masking, and it was taken down, which is heinous, by the way. But so don't know what I actually wrote that offended the sensibilities of the vocal media so much. They're usually pretty good about letting me keep my writings extant. So boo humbug to you for silencing my truth. Mama T has spoken. 29th of June 2023. They didn't remove my comment about it all now proven to be useless and destructive to society, the lockdowns in particular. But they moved the rest of my text. So I don't know what happened there. Should I worry about what happened there? Nah. I'm alive against all the odds. 59 years of still being alive against the odds, including having caught COVID in October last year. And I'm healing, babies. I am healing my body, mind and spirit and soul. And yeah, the old saying still holds true. Never fuck with the Tanya. Just saying, babies. But on we go, every day in every way. I'm holding true to my planet Earth that I was seeded here on the 12th of April 1965. I don't know whose grand delusion that was. I must have been an accident, since my mother glibly told me that she tried to eliminate me at the abortion clinic, and my sister begged for my life, so there is that. But this little accident, the little sperm that could, and the little zygote that developed and bloomed and blossomed and, kept multiplying cells and kept growing and kept forming and kept blossoming and then got born, and wow, the rest is utterly terrifying actually when you look at it in the broad scheme of things. But here I am, babies, living my best life, loving my best life, and growing and crowing and blossoming, and yeah, it's all happening in a far out way. 29th of June 2023, 1 year ago, 8:44 a.m. I woke up an hour ago, very little sleep, maybe 3 hours of that. My bladder kept me up all night again. I need to get my blood sugar tested, which means going to the doctor. Gah. I feel about doctors now how I feel about police and firemen, by the way. Trust no one with your body autonomy. Although my lovely GP, the last one I saw, when I told him that I had not participated in that programming of the transmogrification, bowed to me with deep respect. He knows it was the right decision for me to do that, given my other extant health issues of decades long suffering and struggling, by the way. So I'm looking forward to the potentiate that my urologist believes that when I have the CPAP machine and I adjust to that my bladder signalling will calm down and I won't be up peeing all night. You know what that means, babies? I could invite a potential partner or a lover into my life when I'm not up, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 times a night. Last night, I only slept for 5 hours, so I was only up twice. That's that was fairly good actually. The not having to pee so much, given I had quite a bit to drink last night. I had 5 drinks and a big glass of ice water, so I guess the ice takes up most of the volume of the water though, but then it melts in its water too, so the equivalent of 6 drinks last night, water and the elixir of life, that sweet, smooth, loving southern man, Mr. Jack Daniels. Mama T is a Brisbane version, a honky Brisbane version of a voodoo queen, am I right? It's kind of delightful, but odd. What would Papa Legba say? He'd say, honey, take me dancing. Just keep dancing, just keep dancing. The gods know best what future they hold for me, and they've kept me here on this planet, sometimes against my own will, by the way, so we'll just have to trust in the gods, since I can't trust in mere mortals most of the time. Anyway, my psychiatrist thinks it's all the cortisol from my stressors in recent weeks that is being pushed out through my bladder. The copious polyuria is a stress response, but get my blood sugar tested, as it could also be diabetes. I need to rest, as I was so active last night. Bladder racing, mind racing, dreaming up manifestations of a full, happy, respectful love life, babies. Insane making. That was 1 year ago on the 29th of June 2023. Lots changed in 12 months. A lot has changed. I'm seeing a lot of dramatic change in my own being and in the people around me, and it's delightful. Why can't I just die quietly and gracefully like normal people? Why this existential fight to the bitter end, complete with fantasies of true love when it's all over, Red Rover? What kind of fucked up romantic idealist denialist am I? Part of my charm, my magic, my power, life, be in it, flow. Okay, don't flow that much. Contain the spleen a little, lol. So you can see 12 months ago I was thinking it's all over and I have to give up the good fight and there's no point continuing. And 12 months later I'm going to live no matter what, for whatever time the gods allow me on planet Earth. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to have my true love partnership one day at the appointed time. And I'm going to, what else am I going to do? Maybe even prosper. If I get well enough, I'll be able to make more jewellery and achieve more goals, whatever they might be in the future. Did I mention I'm going to be happy? Well, I already am happy in my weird ways, in my dark, gothic ways after decades of trauma. I am happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, by the way, because I have potentials created for me by my determined psychiatrist and by my equally determined loving friends. I bow to you. 29th of June 2022. I'm very sick still, not COVID, as I was forced to have a rat test to access my doctor. Heinous. So I've just had my 2-weekly debrief with my psychiatrist and I'm now sitting in my GP's waiting room. I'm only submitting to this as I need more Ventolin and Seretide, without which I will definitely die. I have already felt like I'm dying for the past few months. So new. What else is new? I am a survivor, a fighter, a warrior goddess, and a fool. Only a fool would keep living when all evidence points to the fact that our society is no longer survivable. Seriously? What the actual fuck? But here I sit, holding on to my physical corpus like it's a prize. May the spirits of my ancient ones gift me peace, a full healing, perhaps in the next dimension, and all the love and honour that was denied me in this incarnation. I got antibiotics, scripts for Brio, which I actually had a very bad fucking reaction to, which is like Seretide. She thought it would be better since the Seretide wasn't really working. No, I came out with all these terrible fucking mouth ulcers, and that's even after rinsing my mouth. Horrible, horrible drug. Won't ever do that again. And Ventolin, a form for a chest x-ray, which I never got the results for. I also got her to scrape my toe, which hasn't healed in 3 years. What year was that? 2022. I've healed it, but I have to keep at it every day, putting the oils on it, and it's driving me mad actually, but it is healed. Both toes are healed, but if I miss one day, they look dodgy as fuck. That's another thing. When I'm fully oxygenated at night, hopefully all those other annoying little issues will go away. It's hard to fight off things in the body if you don't have the oxygenation. But then the weird thing is, my psych said my lung function says I've got 95% oxygenation. So it's not the oxygenation then that's the problem. It's the depletion from not enough. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, we'll see how I go with the CPAP, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, I'm out of here. Or I might carry on a bit longer because I've lasted this long, 21 years without CPAP, so. But yeah, we'll see. We won't be dark about it and morose. We will work on what's possible, which is my healing at this late stage of life, by the way. Which seems a bit ridiculous, but an absurdist and fucking bizarre, but my doctor wants me alive for another 30 years, and if I have a lover who's worthy of my heart and my courage and my spirit and my light, 30 years more on this planet might be delightful. Something to aspire to and look forward to, am I right? Mama T. Sweet little Mama T. I need a cuddle and $20 million. I'll settle for a cuddle though. Oh! I also got her, oh yeah, I said that. She got so grossed out, she handed me the scissors to take a bigger scraping myself. Far out, treated like I'm a leper. She was a lazy cunt, that GP I used to see. Absolutely fucking lazy as fuck. Giving me the most mildest form of antibiotics when I was actually trying not to die that year, at that point in time. And that Brio shit that was awful, but it's not her fault that I reacted to that, to be fair, but Give me proper antibiotics, am I right? But it was 2022, the height of the COVID madness, so they were withholding antibiotics deliberately. In fact, they'd run out, so they really were withholding it. It was evil what went on. My oxygen stats were quite good considering how weak I feel. Same situation of even dates, just weird. $120 to see the GP, the useless one. I don't begrudge spending money on people who actually do their job properly, by the way. $75 back, but it's a very, very short week. Gah. Anyway, I got through it. I posted a video from YouTube, Neil Oliver. We're kept in a permanent state of fear and uncertainty, one crisis after another. Yes, we are. Now they're threatening us with bird flu. I think one flew over the cuckoo's nest, don't you? We need someone to pull out the water drink fountain and throw it through the fucking window and just escape and be free and wild again. People of Earth, talking metaphorically speaking, of course. June 29th, 2021. 3-day fucking bullshit lockdown. My local Aldi store has run out of most basic supplies. Interestingly and most irritatingly, cat litter. I had to buy expensive chicken pieces, no affordable meat left. I had to do my usual shop as I had run out to be confronted with this travesty. Soon there will be riots if this keeps up. It's fucking absurd. And then my friend in Canada asked, what's going on? And I replied, COVID lockdown. She replied, ugh. She replied, I just bought a pack of 24 rolls of toilet paper. Let me know if you need any. I can probably get it to you in about 2 weeks. Oh, thanks, Laura, for worrying about my assets, my ass. You're a beautiful friend. Even though you stir me up like that, you're a beautiful friend and I do love you. Yeah, a long slow boat from Canada. I might have got toilet paper before they could supply it here in Brisbane, Australia, by the way. But I did get toilet paper because my earth angel Lynn, she of breathalyzer infamy, insisting I have a breathalyzer last night, made sure I got bog for my bum. So there you go. Wonderful woman. Wonderful woman. I have wonderful women in my life who smother me. Sometimes it's nice to be smothered, but at least they always provide for me. Gorgeous girls. My gorgeous girls. I love you all. I'm so in love right now. I think, am I high? Am I high on life right now? Probably entering euphoria because not much sleep and the wild dance last night. But when in doubt, just keep dancing. I replied, it'll be a bit soggy by then, my love. All good. I have enough to get by with. Just got triggered by all the bizarreness of recent events. I am safe. I am happy. I am loved. My beautiful Sally Castle wrote, keep breathing, dear love, with a big love heart. She's an asthmatic like me, so we know how that goes, babies. Just keep breathing. 1:21 p.m. I just woke up. I must have been tired. Wow. I see there is a lockdown tonight. I better hurry up and go get some groceries. Blah. I hate supermarkets at the best of times. I need toilet paper. I hope they've not fucking all run out and stockpiled it again, for fuck's sake. It was just mad what people did here in Brisbane. I think it was a worldwide phenomenon too, but it was particularly nuts how they behaved here. It really was. I thought, what have we come to now? It's not normal. Who stockpiles paper when you need food, am I right? I'm the daughter of, I'm a second generation survivor of, a mother who went through Nazi Germany and a stepfather who was in a concentration camp. What we prioritise, people of Earth, is food. Although, to be fair, Uncle Case had an entire wall in our kitchen, entire wall, shelf, stockpiled with toilet paper too, and that was in, I was about 15 at the time, so it was 1980. I said, what's all this, Uncle Case? He said, let me put it delicately, I will never wipe my ass with sticks and leaves again like I did for 18 months in Middle Baldora. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Whatever makes you happy. But he would have laughed if he'd seen this fiasco back in 2021. Even he would have said, why are they doing that? You need food, water, proper. But we ran low on food too in the end. It was getting a bit frightening. Really was very humbling and frightening. My friend who's in the Netherlands, Brechtje, wrote, 3-day lockdown and the shops are empty? That is truly ridiculous. And my trauma stems from the first real lockdown here and seeing all the stashed toilet paper at my criminal neighbour's house. It is still there. This is the weird thing. It was just so weird. And I replied, far out. What is wrong with people? Jesus. Oh, and tonight a Facebook friend defriended me as I disagreed with her about mask wearing as it literally causes me to get hypoxic. I was very ill every time I was forced to wear masks for any period of, long period of time. One time my daughter took me up to Montville on the occasion of my birthday and I nearly passed out in the street. I was like, even she said, Mummy, you really are struggling. She that has no empathy for her mother usually. And I went, I'm feeling all faint. I think I'm going to have to sit down, which I did do. She said, Mum, I think you better take off the mask, which I did do because we were outdoors, And I was like, I'm only wearing this stupid thing so that people aren't afraid of my naked, breathing, organic, normal, human, mortal face. Fitting in with the crowd so you're not terrorising them by being an autonomous, normal human, by the way. But anyway, we did what we had to do to survive, but I will not do it again. If they impose the masking again, I'm just going to say, we all know that didn't prevent shit, and I'm not going to be suffocated for anyone ever again, for any reason, at any time. I'll just buy my groceries online. I just won't play their stupid, evil games that they played during the last 3 years, 4 years really now. We're into 2020. It's supposed to be over now. Now they're threatening us with a new disease du jour, a new pandemic, bird flu. We've had bird flus before and swine flu. To be fair, I thought my friend Gail was going to die of the swine flu. She was desperately ill. And that motherfucker, after I'm doing her a solid and a kindness, driving her at that time, 2009, in my little Mazda 121 hatchback shades, which was a tiny little car that looked like a roller skate on wheels. She's in the front seat with me. I drive her to the PA hospital because I thought she was going to die, actually. And they take her in and then they let her out. And so I go to take her home. She comes out with a surgical mask on. We're sitting in the car. She takes it off and breathes into my face. I said, "What are you doing?" She says, "I want us to die together like Thelma and Louise." I went, "Bitch, I'm not dying for you, Gail. Are you out of your mind? You're a registered nurse. You're a forensic, 40 years seasoned trained psychiatric nurse and have general nurse training, and you take your mask off in the confines of my car." This was the only time you should wear a mask, because when you're snotting and sneezing with actual swine flu in a confined space like my little car. But that's the only time I would wear a mask. She took it off. Snotted right on my face. And here's the miraculous thing. Me, with the most precarious, delicate, dodgy lungs, probably in the known multiverse, did not catch swine flu from her. I'm still astonished. But I don't think I even caught an ordinary flu that year. I did well. It took me 4 years to finally catch the COVID, by the way. I caught it last October, but in the height of that insanity, when it was really bad, people were actually dying. I didn't catch it. So someone up there is determined for me to live my best life, have a full and happy life, you know. It makes no sense when so many other people have died, by the way. There's no logic to it except sheer will and determination on my part. My spirit, my life force, my chi, my angels, and my very determined psychiatrist and friends that keep me going this long. To you all. Anyway, that woman defriended me because I didn't agree about the policies with the masking. I've been vindicated of that, by the way, in various medical peer-reviewed articles. So I carry writing, "Stupid cow, I won't miss her." I did wear my mask in Aldi, but was struggling to breathe. So as soon as I left and went outside, I took it off. Well, since Saturday in our country, we only have to wear masks. Who's that? I've got a new subscriber, Alfonso. Welcome to my Titania's Realm channel. Anyway, where was I? Since Saturday in our country, we only have to wear masks in public transport and airports. So there's no logic to that. There's no cherry picking where and how and where you should wear it. That's how I knew it was all madness, by the way. But you can see some oldies and vulnerable people wearing them in the shops because they were conditioned to do so. I will do that too because oh, hang on, who's writing this? I thought it was me writing it. Because I only had one jab yet, so I'm not fully protected against the Delta variant, which is frantically spreading over the world now. But I know so well what you mean. Sometimes I get this faint feeling while I'm shopping. I think that I might not breathe at all with the mask on, but I live in a dangerous town, in a country with a careless government, so I have to be careful. Who wrote that? I don't have their name listed. Well, anyway, there you go. It might have been my friend Morris when he went back to India. Anyway, here Brechi writes, "So, I always buy handkerchiefs too. The Mega Family Pack from Aldi, the best. And as a friend said one time, how sad that the handkerchiefs are called solo. Makes you feel extra alone when you cry. Thank God I never had that association. I think more of a great guitar solo. And I laughed my ass off. And I replied, the last time I had sex was with a man who bought me a solo lemonade, then was so stingy he took it back when he left. Don't mention the solo trigger word. Laughing my very significantly. Solo, ass off. Well, you have to laugh, don't you? It's that tragic, my life at times. Brecky wrote, well, our asses are never really solo, thankfully. And I replied, 2 cheeks or 3, the cheek I give to thee. And she sang back, just the 2 of us. I love her. She's so delightful. I love you, gorgeous girl. Hold the loo paper for me. I might need it one day. She replied, if DHL had more class and I had more money, I really would send you some. I mean, if people in my country are hooked on AliExpress, why not send a sincere present down under? Laughing faces. Oh my God, down under. Yay, love myself too. And I replied, thank you for your sweetness. And she replied, big hugs to you. 29th of June 2020, 11:11 a.m. May the holy light shine bright in the darkest spaces and purge evil from our midst. May we be protected as a family. May there be a just and swift rectification for the most beneficial outcome for my daughter. Keep her safe and healthy and happy during this traumatic time. Thank you, Hashem, Shekhinah, and the avenging angels in service to the Holy One. Amen. V'salah. Mama T doing some major Jewish shamanic prayers and affirmations there. Can't remember what was going on at the time apart from the kuf, but anyway, here I write again. Today I pray to the Holy One in all manifestations to protect my daughter, Crystal. Keep her safe from harm. Keep her safe from systemic failures and dangerous, threatening men. Ah, yes, I remember now. Amen. She had a fucking home invasion in her apartment complex. It was very awful. Anyway, all got dealt with accordingly, thanks to the gods. 11:11 p.m. Goddesses everywhere, hear my prayer. Blessed be the free and the wild. Beloved be the loyal and the just. In God we trust. Love and lust. Sleep I must. 29th of June 2019. I had a lovely afternoon and evening with Lynn yesterday. We enjoyed each other's company, and I am grateful for my loving friends who have supported me for decades. I would not be alive today without their constant loyalty and strength to uphold me in the times where I was under so much attack I was barely able to keep myself alive. I would not be alive today without their constant loyalty and strength to uphold me in the times where I was under so much attack I was barely able to keep myself. What am I doing? I'm flowing. I already said that, didn't I? Oh dear goddess. Sorry about that little mind fart. I was watching some car trawling by and I got lost in space. Oh. I can only shake my head in bewilderment at how far I have come and how long and winding and dangerous those old roads have been. But in this new way of existing, I have hope for more wisdom and kindness and bliss that comes from outliving even my own traumas and being in awe of my tiny triumphs and resolutions. God sent me beautiful earth angels, human and animal, to comfort me in the wildest tempests and darkest nights. Blue sunlight and peace back into my soul, healed me after each ghastly horror, held my head just above water. Every single day of my life has been a miracle. I am honoured and humbled. 11:10 a.m. Reflux is very bad, which is weird as even that was shut down along with my bowels for the first 3 days. The bowels awakened yesterday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. Miraculous. But my stomach is casting out air like a puffing billy on acid. Gotta love it. It is better that when I am upright and out of bed. This was post the gallbladder surgery, by the way. Sight pain still grinding away. I did not take an endome this morning at 8 a.m. and regret it. I think I will take one now. I wanted to stretch them out to see if the pain decreased naturally. I guess 15 hours without pain relief to discover the pain is still real means I will permit myself some blessed relief. 11:48 a.m. I've just returned from a walk around the block, a short one. My thighs feel like jelly custard, but I forced myself. All my life I've had to fight for myself and choose life. Even the one time I did not, someone or something brought me back to this earth, unloved by most humans, cherished by the fewest and rarest. To you, my lovely ones. Never more obvious than now in my epic struggle to recover from surgery thrust upon me in such haste and then utilised as a test case with loads of traumatic button pushing when I am vulnerable, then left to die. But every breath and every moment I choose. Mustang Quay. Push, push, push myself against my own better judgment. It would have been kinder to let me pass away. But the Ein Sof rejected me. Valhalla also. Not good enough. I get it. I deserve the 7th echelon of hell. My punishment for not allowing dirty, filthy rapists to fuck me and maintain my silence. My punishment for my rage and determination to have my own form of freedom and body autonomy. My punishment for wanting my own mind as well. I thought on my walk that my life has been so vapid and cruel, perhaps because I am the incarnation of my own grandmother Eva, who suicided at 54 on the 8th of March 1949. Suffering terribly with TB and from Gisla's abandonment. 'Tis no accident that in my health torments right now, I too am 54. It is 2019, 70 years later. Bit astonishing when you think about it. Well, I'm 59 now. I've held my own against all odds, astonishingly and powerfully and beautifully. But I tried to slip out the back, Jack, early when I was only 50. I had made a vow to myself to have a little fun before I die, and the gods and angels cast me back to earth as my fun was not quite done yet. I am glad, I suppose, for that extra time spent with Beauregard, Charlie and the cats, with a hen named Betty, and some precious time meeting my daughter again after she returned from the UK. Time with Jared, who devotedly stepped up the visits to weekly on Mondays as he realised how close he came to losing me completely. Time spent with Lynn, who loves me also. I promised myself I am going to heal from this operation and walk into a newer, better, stronger life. Better, not bitter. Perhaps even meet a true lover one day, to whomever that person might be. But life is not a romance novel, not for me. No man has ever loved me as a woman with CPTSD deserves to be loved. If anything, all my lovers actively tried to kill me. So here I am, splonging in the Shadowlands. And this is back in 2019, mind you. And fuck that bore nurse for calling me dramatic. She has not lived my life. Young and arrogant and largely stupid. They have no idea, no fucking iota of an idea of who I am or whom I shall become. Babies. But if I could survive one more year or decade by the purest of rage alone, as I survived that initial reaction to the operation, I will do it. But my body says, sighs. My mind must convince my body that she can get through this, yet my spirit is already cycling in the stars. Let her be. She was always designed to be free. Gods bless her. I will love this last vestige of my body, mind, spirit, like no mortal or God has ever loved her before. Then I will let her go. She is so valiant, so exquisitely, intrinsically beautiful, and so worthy. The Tanya, the devilishly hated and tormented Desiree,